whoever's up right now, we're going to go ahead and do as many as we can. Whoever wants to get to the front, you can donate if you'd like to get your question answered quicker. Other than that, it's completely free, and we're just going to go as many as we can tonight. I'm not going to do it as in-depth as I would do it normally, just because I'm going to try to take on more questions than normal. But, whoa, I already got cards flying. But, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and answer as many as I can. So whoever's out there who wants a question answered, it is past midnight, and we're going to go for it. We are going to go for it. So go ahead and post your question in the chat box. Hi, Charlie Bear. Okay. Let's see, let's get going. Let's just get them started. See who's up right now. All right, so spiritual advice for you. All right. Okay. There's fear. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I see fear basically is keeping you from moving forward and moving on in a direction of where you can manifest something in your life. Like you really are kind of nervous to kind of move forward, but it's really holding you back right now. Like you can manifest a lot in your life. Like it's not over, it's like you have a lot to learn, a lot to do, a lot to create, but basically you're just fear, you're letting fear stop you. So, don't do that. No, but let's see. Yeah, basically I see that you're kind of, either you're very stable now or that's what you're striving for. But overall, I think you need to get out of your comfort zone and go and explore. Hang on, I got this card down here that fell that I think is very relevant to your reading. So, grab it. It seems like either there could be something from the past too that you're kind of letting hold you back, but I don't think you really want that to happen or be the case, but it is. So you need to learn how to let that go, or kind of just, let it not hold you back anymore. Because I see basically you should be getting out of your comfort zone here. There's something in your current life that's just not working for you, or you just, you need more in your life basically. So whatever more means for you, you need to just go in a different direction. And it could be a direction that is not in your comfort zone, but it seems like that's the direction you need to go in order to find some kind of happiness, some kind of satisfaction, some kind of way that you're going to feel more alive, or like life is more worth it, Right now it's just kind of dull and perfect actually too. Are you going to reach back and keep getting the same thing you've been getting? Or are you going to go across this bridge and over to this castle and find whatever's waiting for you? You need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So hi, you guys. We're going to do it a little bit different tonight. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can for free. And if you want to get, there's not many of us here right now, but it is pretty late. So, but if you want to jump ahead, then you can go ahead and donate. If not, then, you can wait and get your question answered for free. I'm going to try to do as many as I can. So I don't know if Jenna's going to be here tonight. It's kind of late for her where she lives. It's like 3 hours ahead. So right here, it's midnight for me. So it's pretty late. But if you have a question, go ahead and ask it in the chat box. I was going to say go ahead and answer it. Go ahead and answer your own question. But yeah, go ahead and ask it in the chat box, and I will get to it. So I hope that answered your question for you. Yeah, get out of that comfort zone. Don't be afraid to kind of reach out there into the world and figure out what you need to find, what feels right, what feels good, something new, something different, something that's a little out of your comfort zone, but it makes life a little more worth it, a little more fun and exciting. Maybe you find something you're passionate about, Oh, it's your mom's birthday. You're welcome. will my sister go to my wedding? Hey, Starlight, go ahead and ask a question if you have one. I'm going to do them all for free tonight, just as many as I can. Cool, thank you. I don't know if I'm answering that question. You know, are you planning on shooting up a bunch of people? Because I don't feel comfortable answering that question. You know who I'm talking about. But this is going to be for, yeah, and the devil just flipped over too, so that's kind of strange. So this is for Charlie Bear, though. This is for Charlie Bear. Okay, so is your sister going to come? I'm not doing yes or no, so let's just see the whole vibe around that kind of question. Is she your older sister? Charlie? Is she your older sister? Youngest, okay. So it seems like, because I see like an older person giving a younger person a gift, so that's why I asked if she was older. So since you're the older one, we do see problems with like control, and I'm not sure if that's on your side or hers, but it seems like there's some problem, like she's afraid to, I feel like it's like a, it seems to me as if like you're doing better than her right now, because getting married, obviously you're not going to be doing that if it's like, you know, you can't like afford it and like do all that, but basically to me it seems like just with that information that it seems like you're probably doing a little better than she is, but there's this whole problem with like control that she feels uncomfortable with for some reason. So it's like she's afraid of you, and maybe she's a little jealous of the stability you have. Tell me about how the sister feels about her. She can't let go of something from the past. She'd like to, but it's just very hard for her to because she's a bit defensive about it. Thanks. Yeah, I like the lights too. Thank you. She's very in her head about it. I don't think she's decided yet whether or not she's going to come because she's in her head about something. It's kind of like a thing that she can't let go of from the past that she's a little chained to. Yeah, I feel like she doesn't really want to be a part of it, but at the same time she can't help but be because she's very defensive about it. She feels like either you feel like, you know, you were stabbed in the back, or she feels like you're stabbing her or her dad, your guys' dad, in the back. Yeah, it seems like she doesn't really want to be a part of it, though. It's like maybe, I don't know if his influence is like trying to get her to be on his side, or if she's just on his side because she feels like that's the right thing. But it seems like she doesn't, yeah, that's funny. Look. Yeah, there's this big argument about this whole thing. I don't see, I mean, unless things change, it kind of looks like, you know, unless she wants to be part of like this whole big argument, it's probably better if she doesn't come just because of, you know, is this what you want at the wedding? I mean, yeah, it seems like, you know, she feels like she really doesn't want to be in that position, but it's kind of like she can't help but be for whatever reason. Like maybe she just feels like, you know, it's right, or she feels like maybe that, you know, your dad is like trying to get her to be on his side. I don't know, but it seems like she doesn't really want to be part of it, but she kind of can't help but be part of it. So, if that makes sense. Yeah, someone wants someone to take responsibility for something first, you know. I look a bit tired this time. That's funny. Last night I was so tired. I think I fell asleep like 5 times during the stream. I don't know if you noticed, but I did. I was like, oh my god, I gotta take that one down. I don't even know why. After a while, I just get Tired. I don't really know what the whole issue around that gun question is, so let's just skip that. And if you have a different question, I'd love to answer it for you. But I don't feel like I can answer that one with. I feel like, you know, it's not my place to answer a question like that. But I did answer Timur's question, and then Starlight, if you have one. Like, are we gonna die, or is it gonna be successful because we have guns? And like, what? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, yeah. My moderator just like hid the person. Yeah, maybe we should report it. I don't know. Because it kind of seems like, what the fuck? Don't put me in that position of having to ask or answer a question like that. I'm not gonna put myself in that position though. Yeah, so the whole time I noticed today that I was using this deck without the Three of Swords in it for like a couple weeks now. I mean, I had other decks that had it in there, but yeah, but I have it now, so. General, okay. Reunion of some type, some sort, or celebration or something. There we go. Caring man, or a water sign man. Could be a woman, but I mean, it's the King of Cups. It doesn't mean it's a man, but. So it could be a man or a woman. It's a person, very like a, I would want to say like an older person, but like a, somebody, not necessarily that you look up to, but a caregiving type figure, I feel like. Or it's a water sign, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I'm a person that's like genuinely caring, or at least you thought they were in the past. But there's a reason you guys don't really have communication anymore, right? Like it's a kind of a reunion or a celebration. And they're asking you to use your better judgment. So, like, you're going to have to judge the situation and whether or not you feel like it's, like, you should be there in that, with that person, celebrating or reuniting. And I feel like, you know, it's because it could kind of fuck with your stability in a way. Like, you have to consider where you're at right now. And if this meeting with this person is going to fuck that up, for whatever reason, whether it be like emotionally or like literally your money's or like, you know, just somehow it slows you down or holds you back, then I would reconsider. But like, you're gonna have to use your better judgment on that one. Basically, we have the Judgment card here. It's yours, Starlight. Yeah, because it seems like the person's not very committed to whatever the idea they're trying to present to you. Thank you. But yeah, it's like the person, that's what I was kind of feeling, is that like you have to judge whether or not you really think it's genuine. But in a way, like I feel like they were in the past genuine, or at least you thought they were, or, you know, maybe they're trying to come off that way. It's not that they're not, it's just that they're passionate and then they're like, but they're not long term, you know? So whether that be a friend or a lover, an ex-lover, whatever it is, King of Wands, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also the Knight of Wands, you know, could mean it's a fire sign. But the King of Wands in the beginning would say either it's a water sign, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or it's a person who comes off as very caring, or at least did at one point to you, or maybe that's how you still see them, but they're not, they're in and out, you know, so that's probably why they're back, because they're in again. And it could be a friend or you know, somebody a family member, even just some relationship with someone. It doesn't even have to be like a, you know, relationship romantically. It could be though. This is the Leo card too, so it could be a Leo as well. And if it's not a Leo, then I would say it's something that requires much strength from you. So it's like, again, use your better judgment if you want to you know, involve that back into your life, because it kind of seems like a big, you know, it kind of seems like it could be a thing that you really have to consider, just because it could screw with you, you know, later on when the person leaves again. You know, you're waiting for this person to kind of like show you what you need in a friendship or in a relationship, but it's a whole lot of waiting and not a lot of action on their part. So it's just, you know, again, being strong and just deciding whether or not it's even worth, you know, your time to even reunite with them, even for a second. It's like it could really just hold you back in a lot of ways. And I feel like right now you've been doing well, you know, stability wise, you've been doing a lot better. So maybe you should just reconsider, you know, reuniting or celebrating anything with them. Okay. Okay, Jenna. Why would my best guy friend Jeremy block me on everything when he's the one who did me wrong? Even his sister blocked me. Is it best to just move on from that friendship? He's an Aquarius. You smile. What do you think? You're not going to probably apologize? You would? I don't see you apologizing that much to people. I mean, really. It's like you're very kind of just like, fuck you then. Very stubborn. But I mean, they've been friends for a while, so I don't know. Give it some time, I would say, maybe. Huh? Huh? Yeah, exactly. But she wants to know if she should go her own way. I mean, I'm going to look at the cards. Don't worry, Jenna. I'm just asking my boyfriend what he thinks. Oh. So it's like, it's a very, I don't know, I feel like this is not the first time you've had a argument like this with a person. And if it is, well, it seems like it's based off of something. It's almost like it's not even like you. I mean, to me, when I see the devil there, it's like, it's a negative, toxic thing is why they're taking the action, but it's almost like it's not even like your fault. Like it's like something else that happens that just puts them in some state of mind that's negative. It's just a very toxic thing. But if they're not normally a toxic person, then it kind of seems like just circumstantial. But yeah, the communication is going to be someone just wants to win. They're not going to want to compromise very much. And in a way, they're looking to be set free, but at the same time they're held there. And this could be actually talking about you, because the Fool, you're like, should I be set free, or should I just, you know, should I move on, or should I just, and it's like you're waiting for more information before you let yourself move on. But right now, at least I feel like right now the communication between you is going to be very hostile, and the person's really not looking to compromise or like, you know, see your way of it. They're trying to just like basically win and have like, they don't care like who gets hurt or like what they just want to basically be on top. So if anything, give it some time. Just separate yourself for a little while. You know, they blocked you, whatever. It's better than them like being in your face and antagonizing you and trying to provoke you and get you angry. You know, just give them their space a little bit. And that's just advice from me. Just give them their space a little bit. Because if you guys were really good friends, and I feel like right now is just not a time to really talk to them, because they're not seeing things clearly. Like they're not seeing things in anyone else's way than their own. So it's kind of just like not worth it anyway to try to communicate. So if anything, you know, in the future you try to be friends again or whatever, just like, oh, that was stupid. Like, are we cool now? Or like, what was that? Like, are you, like, you know, I don't really think that was about us. I think that was just some like weird shit. I don't know, but I don't know. Just like in the future, I think maybe, you know, you guys could be cool again. But just right now, it doesn't seem like it's any time to try to explain or communicate to them, because it kind of seems like they're just like very stubborn and blocked off. And just, I would say that's a lot better than them being all up like stalking your house and trying to like ruin your life than to be like, blocking you. You know, it's like better that they're just not talking at all, because right now they don't have very nice things to say, I feel like, you know. He's gotten toxic. Yeah, I would say definitely just not even fuck with that for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, you know what? I get that it's a long friendship, but honestly, like the way it is now does not seem like anything. Like they just, it seems like, again, it just seems like it's not even you, basically. And with what you're saying there, it's like exactly like, you know, there's no point in really trying to compromise with them because obviously they're not going to hear it. So, I mean, all you can really do is just do you and give it some time, you know? It sucks, but like really the way it's been going, I mean, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you can really do to change them. It seems like it's not even anything that anyone can do except them. Like they're going through some shit. For some reason they're very angry at everybody and it's just really nothing you can do about that. Even though that sucks to hear, it's like you haven't done anything to get them to be mad at you. Like they have this little secret crush on you. It's like the best thing to do for them would probably be to just exit their life as soon as possible so they could just get back to being like whoever the fuck they were before. Not like it's your fault, but I mean, it's just, if they're gonna act like that because they're like angry about that, I mean, really, you know, it's like, it sucks, but it's like, maybe they'll realize later that they don't want to be like not in your life, so they'll change it up a little bit and like be cool with you again, because that seems a little ridiculous, you know. I mean, have I been on the Capricorn mind lately? I still wondering if he's been doing the same. I feel like they could be like in your life, the position they hold is like they could be very passionate when they're around you, but then they're like not committed to it again. It's like I don't know what's up with all these people just being like not committed to it, but it seems like they would be a very fun time, but then it wouldn't last, you know? So it wouldn't be something to put your heart into, is what I feel like. So I mean, I feel like they could be thinking about you, but honestly what I see it more as is that like if you came, like if you were in person around them, they would be all about it, but then like when you're gone, it's just like they don't like really feel like keeping it going. It's not like something that they really want to go after. It's like a good time, a good night, but then that's like it, you know? So I wouldn't waste my time with that, honestly. I mean, if you're looking for a fun time, yeah, that's the person to call straight up. But then if you're not, if you're looking for like something more long term, it's kind of like don't even go there because it's gonna hurt. You know, because they're probably really good at acting like they're down, but then they're not. So it's just a waste of time. The Knight of Wands says it all. You know, he's like, I'm here. I'm great. You know, having a great time. No, it's not even worth it. So he's like, what? I never said that. And like, you know, like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, you took that seriously? Like, yeah, you said it, you know, but, and they probably have a pattern too. So if they've done that in the past, they haven't changed, you know. I think we're on Jenny now. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all, Emily. Whoa. Jenny. Jenny, need your question. Or Kashish. Jenny and Kashish. I keep picking up on someone's defensiveness. My question is, will I travel soon? Tell me about traveling in Jenny's life. What do we need to know about traveling in general? Since we ain't doing no yes or no's, but we need to know the energy around traveling. If there's somebody that is far that you would be thinking about traveling to, like a yeah, it might not be Jenny's defensiveness. I'm just saying, if there's a lover or something, or somebody that you have feelings for emotionally, romantically probably, and you're thinking about traveling to them because of some hurt, you're trying to get some questions answered or something, because it's like, I feel like you're trying to create stability in your life that you don't have, you know, like you don't, what? Okay, so it kind of seems like, you know, you're trying to create some kind of stability or something by getting some questions answered or something. You're trying to like make something right and get something to be balanced out. Because you know, the what's it called? Nine of Swords here, it's like this person hurts you, or you're just up at night thinking about it all the time. It's just something that's like very, like, it's not sitting with you right, and it just hasn't been sitting with you right, and it's just basically something you want to fix and make right. Let's see how that would go. I already knew, I mean, I didn't know, but that's what I felt like it would be. Like, you want a new start with a person or something, but that's not going to happen. And if it does, it's really going to end quickly, and it's going to end probably worse than it did the first time. So, I mean, it seems like an ex or something who did you wrong or left you clueless or left you confused or something, like left you hanging. And so you want to make it right and make it fair, but it's kind of like not going to happen, because even if they do start flirting with you or try to be with you again, it's going to kind of be like either worse than the first time, or it's going to just be like the first time. Like, there's just questions that aren't answered, and there's just so much pain in the situation, and it leaves you with pain, more pain than is necessary, like more pain than you really need to put yourself through. So I feel like just don't even go there, because I feel like you want them to fix everything, you want them to kind of be there and like make moves for you, but it's really just, I don't think they're that honest of a person, and they're not the person who can do that. You know, you may have like put them on a pedestal in a way, or like idealized them, or like kind of put them in a position of like they were better than they actually were, and maybe they, you know, let you do that for a while, they played it up a bit, but like really it just ends in disappointment, because either they're not that or they can't be, you know. And so it's like you just have to stop seeing them in that way, you know, even though it's like hard to do. Yeah, I feel like that happens to a lot of people. It's like, whose fault is it? Is it you know, the fault of the person idolizing the person, or is it the fault of the person for acting like they were all that great and like acting like they could really be that person for you? Yeah, yeah, I know, I feel you. It's just, yeah, sorry to have to say that, but at the same time, it's kind of good because I don't want to lead you in a direction of going further with that and like believing, you know, that it could be something good when it's like you can do so much better, you know. Yeah, fuck, I feel you. Shit. I just keep getting disappointment, you know. Okay. You really can, you will. But you gotta believe it yourself, you know. Mhm. I know, huh? I do too. How would we do that? I need to look up some kind of like ritual or something. Not like a witch ritual, but just like a, you know, like a cleansing one. It's like a positive affirmations thing. If anyone's here, post your question. I see 8 of you. So if you have a question, go ahead and post it. Should I choose Eric or Troy? I'm confused. Okay. Let's see what the Eric of energy, the energy of Eric is. Okay. Ah! Wow. Okay. Now Troy. Ooh, okay. Yep, I already know. We'll wait. So were you recently heartbroken? That's what I want to ask you first, because I have a few things here and I just kind of need to know. Okay. So you were heartbroken by Eric then, is what you're saying? It's interesting because I see that it seems like with Eric, it's funny because it seems like with Eric, there's this feeling of like going in that direction because there's care and there's also stability. But then, like, and I see well, yeah, it's like intuitively, I feel like intuitively, you know, there's one, you're wanting to take action that way. Maybe it's because you care about him. Does he have money or something, or is he like materialistic? Because either way, it seems like you know that you want to take action in that direction of Eric because of like, you know, either you care about him or maybe he cares about you. And you know that, but maybe now since you're saying all this, it seems like you're the one who cares about him. And also, either he has money and stability or he's very materialistic and maybe that's not such a good thing. But it's more of dating a new guy. It's like you can't just hop out and say I love you. Yeah, see, for Troy, it seems like, so I was thinking either like he breaks your heart, but it could be now. I could be seeing it like this. You know, you come from a place of heartbreak and moving on, right? You come to this place where this person is a bit more stable and you find the stability. But yeah, and then there's the two aces, Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So with what you're saying, I mean, that's why it's good that you're here explaining this, because I could have seen it in a whole different way. But like, you know, with those little details you said, it kind of like, it makes sense. Because I was thinking like you were wanting to move towards Eric, and you kind of are, but you're also trying to move on from him. So it makes sense that you have that like pull to him, but then you kind of like logically you know that you need to like move on from that. So and then I was seeing the Three of Swords for Troy, so I was thinking, okay, maybe that's not such a good thing. But maybe this is meaning that you're coming from a place of a broken heart, and then when you're trying to move on, you find stability. Ace, you know, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, that's like very much, it's opportunity, you know, to have those things. So, but then we do have arguments. So I don't know if they know each other and it's going to be a big argument, but for some reason, this whole thing, like they do want to come forward, and I feel like they will, and that could be a good thing. But then it, like, there's arguments for some reason, and there's like conflict with more than one person for some reason in that situation. Maybe it's because you can't like let go of your ex. So even though you're talking to this new person, you're still talking to your ex too, trying to let go of him, but it's just hard, and then there's conflicts because of that. Random. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah, for some reason I feel like they might. I feel like there's gonna like that would be a good thing, but for some reason there's conflict that happens and arguments with more than one person. So, and it's funny because then we have the Three of Cups here, so it's like they could meet. I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but it kind of seems like it could. For some reason, there's kind of there's some there's some conflict and arguments, but I'm not saying that's gonna break you up. But then I do feel like someone has to kind of look out into the world. They might leave for a second. So who is this? Hang on, let me look at the romance angels. Because I do feel like Troy would be a good idea, but then at the same time, it kind of feels like it would end quickly, or it would be too good to be true, or, you know, something happens. And it could be because of Eric, but I don't know. Tell me about Troy and the relationship that they'd have if they did. What would it be like? What would it consist of? Would it be a good idea or not? What's the whole gist of the energy between them? What do we need to know about that relationship and what it stands for? Playfulness, reconciliation, or reconciliation. So, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, and someone from your past is returning to your life. So, again, it could be that you move on with Troy, things are good, things are fun, and then Eric comes along and tries to fuck it up. So just be careful with that one. I do think that it might be a good idea to like try that out though. But I mean, just be careful, because if he can't let go of you in the way you're telling me, then it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it seems like it could be fun. I just think that like, if Eric is one of those crazies, he might try to get in the way. I don't know, try to just cut him off, or like, you know, if you feel like that's what you need to do, to move on, then try to just get distance and make sure that he can't fuck up your life, you know, because these are things that you kind of prepare for, you know. Make sure that there's no way that he can interfere, if you can, you know. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. I'm just saying. Do with that what you will. Aww. Thank you. Okay. I'm like half black on my face, sorry. Is that too bright for you? Okay, who is next? I think I did see yours right there, so let's see. What's JRM's next actions? I lost you. What's JRM's next actions and feelings towards me moving forward? We broke up today. Is he a fire sign? Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius? No, this is for Gorgeous. I don't know how to say your name. Gorgeous. I don't know. Gorgeous Soul. Gorgeous Soul. Okay. The lights just went out. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, so is he a fire sign? What's that? Oh, you put the black one in there? Oh. Where's Alley Cat? Okay. No water sign. Okay. So it looks like he's kind of okay with it then. Because it looks like there's an energy of, you know, the happiness between you ending or changing, coming to an end, and you know, there's like the King of there's a drive to kind of start a new beginning. You know, this is the happiness ending. There's a death, and this is very fire sign like to kind of, you know, be ambitious or have a drive or move in a direct, like, you know, take action toward a new beginning. So it kind of seems like they're okay with it and they're going to try to move on too, or they're okay with you trying to move on, like they're like kind of like they're accepting of it. They're not like, you know, they're not like going to do anything crazy about it or like be overly like, you know, they're not going to be like overly trying to hold you back or moving on from it or something, or like they're going to allow you to do that. Like they feel like if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do and that's what's best for you, and they don't want to like hold you back from that. Like it, you know, not to say that they're not sad about it or, you know, whatever, but it seems like they're kind of like understanding about that. Like they're just gonna let you have the freedom to do what you want to do. They feel like that's what's best if that's what you want to do. Okay, and then Zanny. Actually, there's 2 kittens here. We're gonna have to put them up for adoption too because we have too many animals here now, and it's like crazy. Like every day is like crazy. I mean, I love them, and it sucks because now I kind of am like, I don't know if I want to put them up for adoption because it's like I wanted to make sure that they're in good homes and stuff. But there's so many cats around here that just have babies all the time. It's crazy. Like it's like crazy. And right now it's so cold outside that it's like they're probably freezing and stuff. But yeah, and then we have 2 other cats that are like not even, well, they're about a year old now. But it's crazy. Well, one of them isn't, but the other one is. Like one of them's a few months in to be a year old, but he's bigger than our 1-year-old. And like they're like big now, and they like don't like the baby cats. So it's hard to just. It's kind of hard to get them to be getting along and stuff. I'm really a dog person, but I mean, we just found these cats in the front yard, so it was like. I know there's some weird ass people in the chat box, like always. But that's cool. Be weird. That's great, you know. That'd be fine, as my great great aunt would say, who died in '97. That'd be fine. I know. I know we can't see each other, but just make a weird face at the camera. Ready? What's coming your way? Watch out! No, I'm kidding. Your future romantic partner. Okay. Indecision. This is for Virgo love really quick because, yeah. Indecision, being inside your head, caring about something a lot, but also wanting it to take responsibility. It's like you can't move forward until it takes responsibility, but you're also very caring about it, so you can't like just not think about it. Like you're stuck in a position of like waiting for more information before you can move forward in a certain direction. I feel like you're kind of stuck somewhere because of, you know, something or a person that you care about, but you don't have enough information to kind of feel right with it, or know what to do, know what it means for you, know what it means for your life, and know what it means for, you know, your future. Like it fucks with your identity in some way. Not like it fucked with it, but it just, you know, you can't just sit there and not know what it means to you and move forward with yourself without knowing. So you're waiting for some kind of information. And it looks like it could have been a love connection, or it could have been a good friend, somebody that you just saw eye to eye with and connected with at one time, really, you know, really connected with at one time. But it seems like you're in your head about it now. So what's coming is like you waiting for some kind of information to help you to move forward in a certain direction that you feel like you just can't right now. This is for Virgo love. Okay. Yeah. Sucks. I would say don't be in that position. Don't keep yourself. But at the same time, it's like, dude, like sometimes you don't want to be in that position. There's no, of course you don't want to be there, but that's just. I would just say, nothing is worth that kind of confusing, like torture you're putting yourself through. Nothing's worth that. So really, just fuck it off. Cut it off and just move on and just think, that person or that thing was just not worth my time if they're going to leave you feeling like that, because it's kind of like life is way too short for you to be sitting there wondering what the fuck that was or what the fuck that means. Like what it means is that they're not good enough for you because I don't give a fuck what they have going on. If they, could connect with you like that and then leave you like that and have you wondering and questioning, it's like, don't even let yourself wonder, just now that it's not worth your fucking energy and time. That's fucked up. That's not cool, and all you can really do about it is what you can do, all you can do is what you can personally do, and don't put that in their hands because they're gonna fuck with it, you know what I mean? Like if they're not even man or woman enough to like explain themselves so that you can understand what the fuck that was, then fuck it. Sucks, but call it, cut your losses and just make sure the next person, make sure you don't jump in that quick or that you don't get involved in a situation before the person's like a straight up person, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to say make sure it doesn't happen again because really, there are snakes out there who kind of, like you wouldn't know until it's too late. So I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen again even if you prepare for it. Don't like cut yourself off from all love connections either because that's just holding you back again. But it's just, don't wait around for somebody to explain something to you. Like you already know, and what you know is that it's not worth your fucking time. Sorry, I just had to go off there for a second. I don't want you to like wait around and be miserable, and not know where you stand with something or with yourself, because that's fucked up. Like just convince yourself that you're good, and you don't even need to know. Like, all right, peace, whatever, wasting, your loss or whatever, just it was and now it's not, and you don't need to wonder about it. I mean, I get it, but like just don't even let yourself be held back by that if you can, because it's not worth it. Okay, so let's see, Anya. Yeah, you gotta let that shit go and kind of just forget about it. Because especially if you feel like, the whole world kind of did you wrong with it, it's like, I'm not saying they didn't, I'm just saying it's a negative thing that you're holding on to, and you gotta just see the other possibilities in your life, Focus on your channel, just focus on it every day, and something will happen, You gotta just focus on that. What I know about my future romantic partner, Anya. We have Sagittarius. Or it could mean that, there's harmony. It's kind of like everything you want, I guess you could say. It could be a younger person from you, like a young fire sign, young Sag, maybe. If it's not a person that's younger than you, then I would say it's something that you're gonna move into a little too quick. Like, you're gonna make that decision. And it's gonna be kind of a hasty one. Like maybe slow down a bit, getting to know the person, just get to know them, He doesn't give a shit about you even if you die? Well, it sounds like it's time to not give a fuck about him either. And trust me, I'm saying that like it's nothing. I know how hard that is, but just trust me, it's a lot less time wasted to just, if somebody doesn't like you, there's really no point in trying to get them to like you because, or like if you feel like they don't like you, there's no point in trying to get them to like you because really it's kind of like, oh, you don't like me, well, whatever then. Like there's a lot more people in the world. Like, why would you like waste time trying to get them to feel differently than they feel? It's like, I get it though, because it's like, they presented to you something else before, and so you felt good in that energy, but it's like, that was fake as fuck, And so they're a fake as fuck person, and your situation might be different than mine. I'm just speaking from experience, but I'm just saying, like, if somebody's leaving you feeling like that, it's not worth, I'm just trying to explain, like, I get it's hard, but, like, it's not worth your time to try and sit there and wonder what the fuck that was, and, like, you think it's the love of a lifetime, it wasn't. Like, because they're just a shitty person. They're not worth your time, and that's it, Even if, like, there's no reason for a person to do you like that. There just isn't. Even if they have their reasons, they're fucking shitty reasons, and you don't need to deal with that. It's a reason that is not worth your time. Like, oh, you wasted my fucking time. Thanks. Bye. Like, you can just fucking fuck off then, I feel like you're putting it all on yourself, Wait, was this person a Sag? Because I'm saying a Sag is going to come to you, or maybe it's just someone who wants to restore harmony in your life or restores harmony. Because the Temperance card could also mean harmony and balance. So maybe that's what's coming towards you is harmony and balance, healing, and kind of like basically everything you want, because the 9 of Cups there, it's like all your cups are filled. Yeah, honestly, it's just, so this could be what's coming towards you is more like the 9 of Cups. Your 9 cups are filled, and it's like you have everything you kind of need, and want, but it's not really like a sharing thing. It's like it could be a little bit of greed, but in your situation, I feel like it's more talking about like the healing and the things that you like make you happier. And it can come in very soon, and it's kind of just like a decision you have to make to want that for yourself. You know what I mean? So instead of it being a hasty decision, it's more like a decision you make without much forethought, just a decision that you take. It's fire, you're taking action towards something very suddenly, just without much thinking, and just going for it because it's better for you. And I feel like it could actually be a good thing for you. Like, you have to dedicate yourself to wanting yourself to heal, and like, don't be stuck on people that like fucking fucked with you or hurt you or made you feel the way you feel now. That's not okay. And it's not all your fault, so I don't want you to blame yourself, because no one deserves that. No one deserves to be left high and dry after, someone saying that they were there for you. It's just not cool. It's not okay. And it hurts like a bitch, but it hurts a lot worse. I mean, it hurts a lot less when they're just not even in your thoughts anymore. Because that's the thing that's hurting you now, is that they're in your thoughts still. Because they're not that person anymore, so fuck them. And just work on you. You know, you just have to focus on what makes you happy. And that sucks though. Like it sucks to be in that position, but once you like really dedicate yourself to like not being stuck in it anymore, so much better. Like immediately, I'm telling you. Because then you get control back of your own life, you know? Because right now it's not like they have control of your life, but it's almost like you're giving them that control. So once you have control again of your life, you feel so much better. And just immediately you just know, like, okay, now I have a choice. I can do what I need to do. And it doesn't even matter like what anyone else thinks, you know? Because it's not going to anyway. It's really just about you. And not in a selfish way, but just like literally sometimes you need to be like that. Because no one's going to care about you like you do. And that's what my dad told me, and it kind of sounds fucked up, but it's kind of true. The only person that's really going to care about you is you. Which is fucked up. I mean, there will be people that care about you, but I mean, really, you have to make yourself a priority, you know? Yeah, and you shouldn't respect him either, because honestly, he's not respectable. You know? I mean, he's really not. That's fucked up. Like, you know? Like, what is... Just saying. So, healing. Or a Sagittarius person. But I feel like it could make more sense that there's healing because of what we're talking about right now, you know? Well, there are people that care, but it's like, it's just good to have your own back too, you know? Instead of expecting somebody to care or somebody to fix things or someone to like give you enough care that you'll actually care about yourself enough or love yourself enough, like it's not something to wait around for. You know, you gotta make that happen for yourself. And then it's better because like people don't understand. Like people do understand. It's not like it's just me who understands, but I didn't for a while. But now I understand that like when you have control over yourself and your life and your own happiness, like it's so much better because you have control over it. You know, like you can control your own life, and it's actually very liberating to know that. You know. I feel like I say cliches a lot too. Like I'm like, but I try to keep it real. You know. Like sometimes people just aren't in the mood to hear certain things at all, except what they want to hear. I'm not saying that's the position you're in. I'm just saying like sometimes people really like they're in such a mood that they're not even ready to hear anything like that. They just want to hear what they want to hear, and so they won't be happy with it. But like later on, they'll know that like yeah, that's true. You know, it's just takes time for it just takes time sometimes. You know, sometimes there's really nothing you can do but just focus on healing and just positivity. You know. Like sometimes there's nothing that's gonna make it better right now except for time. So let's see what's coming towards me in 2021. Well, I keep seeing the Empress popping out here. She's flipped over in the deck here. So I want to say a new beginning, the birth of something. Could be anything, a relationship, a new way of life, a new hobby. There's something new coming in for sure. And you'll get there again. Putting something to rest, or it's that you feel... Well, putting something to rest, or it's that you feel finally that you can rest because you feel comfortable in a certain situation. So the Empress. I feel like it's your putting something to rest though, like ending something, because there's a new beginning happening because you're putting something to rest that you're very defensive about. It could have been something having to do with marriage, a marriage, or maybe it was just somebody you highly respected, or maybe you're protecting someone. Like there's a feeling of having to, something that you like fought for a lot that you're now not doing. Again, we see Empress, and then there's a new beginning. So, does that make sense to you? Do you know what that's talking about, or? Oh, you do? Okay. Because to me, I'm like, I feel like we can go further if you didn't understand what that meant. Because I can't really understand what it means. But if it makes sense to you, then that's all that matters. Basically, though, there is a new beginning. So if you're wondering if you're supposed to like hang on to whatever this is or be defensive or protective about it, I feel like you're going to be looking to different things, newer, different things that are just like better for you, or like a better energy here. So really, it's not about what's coming towards you. I mean, there is something that's coming towards you, which would be that new beginning, but it's kind of like you're finding it and you're reaching out to it and kind of creating it and allowing it into your life. Like there's some kind of newness that you're that you are manifesting. I don't know why I said trans. I was like trying to think of the word. Da da da. There you go. Are you gambling? But then there's also kind of like a, wait on a second. Okay. Yeah, if there's something that like you felt like you got fucked over, or like someone was not committed to you, and so you feel like that was a betrayal of trust, or you feel like you got left in the dust, or like you feel dead to the person, you feel dead to the person now or something, then I feel like that is what you're kind of moving away from. Maybe that person like offered you marriage or promised marriage or something, because how we're seeing the marriage card before, or maybe you just highly respected them, but it seems like basically like them not being committed to you made you feel like you got fucked over. And then we have a new love coming in, where it's like you're kind of moving towards something, a new romance. So it's kind of good that it happened, because then you're able to find this other person that's better for you. Sometimes things have to happen like that so that we can kind of like cut it out and like move forward from it and then find something better. Because we couldn't have done that if we still had that thing in our life, because it wouldn't be the time. And yeah, it seems like kind of what it is, what it's talking about. Like the High Priestess is, she knows, like intuitively. So it seems like you kind of understand what you need to do, Yeah, what decision you need to make out of two. That's fucked up that it's like that there, though. Sounds like you need to get a lawyer. So it seems like there is a dedicated a dedicated decision that you need to be making. Like you need to step forward and start making that decision. and move on from certain things and people that you feel like just kind of like, yeah, I mean, you feel like they fucked you over. So it's better to like, I feel like that's the whole like theme tonight is like moving from something. Like something leaves you in the dust and now you need to leave it in the dust to better yourself. Which is true. So I would like to know if I will pass my university year. Tell us what we need to know about her university year. I feel like either this whole thing got screwed up because you had some kind of addiction or some kind of fixation on something that was not letting you focus on your studies. And you're thinking about like, how has this all come to be? Like, how am I in this position right now? Like, I really fucked up because I was focused on other things that weren't good for me or weren't important. And you could be focused on helping other people now. But I think the whole key thing here is that you should be trying to help yourself. There's Ace of Pentacles, so there's opportunity for stability now. kitty. That one's face is all dirty from the milk. Should probably wipe that off. My cat's all down here like beaming. Okay. So who are we on? Remind me. Did I answer that one or did I not? I don't think I answered it all the way. We were on the studies, right? Have had difficulties to concentrate in my studies, right? So that's the thing. It's like, you know, that's what you need to do is focus a little more on that. So let's see. Because if not, then that's not looking good. Wait. Naomi. Will I meet my soulmate? Okay. Yeah, Naomi, I think it was Naomi. Yeah, I see for ombre, like there was like cheating, or there was like you know, you kind of holding back or not like focused on that, which makes sense because it seems like you're not really committed to whatever you're trying to do, like whatever you're studying. It seems like you're not really about it or passionate about it anymore. So that could be why you're not very focused on it. But the Wheel of Fortune is here for some reason. Maybe because you're reading this and then you're able to go, okay, maybe I don't want to do that anymore, and then you find something else that you are into more. Because it seems like that would be better for you to be doing something that you're more focused on, you know? Like you'll be way more interested in it, and then you won't have to wonder if you're gonna like, yeah, and then you're not gonna wonder if you're gonna do well in it, because you're gonna be like, I know I'm doing well because this is my favorite thing right now. I think I named this one Chip. Oh. Say hi, Chip. It's okay, Chip. Oh, chocolate and Chip. Do you hear it? It's all. Do we have milk? Yeah, she's trying to bite my cards, or he. Huh? They've eaten a lot today, huh? Yeah, go ahead, Naomi. Don't fall. Don't fall, chocolate. Chocolate and Chip. And Chip and chocolate. Can you just stay? Just stay. Oh, I shouldn't have woken him up. My boyfriend was like, you're gonna take him out of the cage? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? You just put him to sleep. Okay, when will Jaden contact me? Let's see. Yeah, Nikki, and if you wanted to go, like ahead, then you can donate. Like if anyone wants to go ahead of the list, they can donate. But if not, you want to get yours for free, that's totally cool, and you just wait a little bit. And make sure you post your question on here just in case you're not here when we get to your name, then we can know what your question is so you can come back later and get it, like, and still listen to it. Wait. Oh, this one's starting to bite on stuff. Just like Alley Cat did. Ow! Wait. Hey. Okay. When will Jaden contact me? Let's see. Will Jaden contact me? Okay. Just letting you know. So, aw. Hey! Yeah. Aw, sorry, Chip. You are not nice to her. Or to him. That's not your mama. So cute. Okay. So will he contact you? What's Jaden's energy right now toward you? Okay, things are fair. They think things are fair. They care, but they think things are one-sided. So they feel like things now are like how they should be. Because they feel like it's one-sided, like they feel like they do all the work in the situation, even if that's not even the case at all in your perception. I'm just saying that seems like that's how they feel. Like they were giving a lot and you kind of weren't, or at least, they were giving more, they feel like. So it seems like they won't contact you for, at least, I can't see right now, just because when I see like justice, it seems like they're saying like it's kind of the way that it's supposed to be. So they don't feel any need to change that right now. What's the future between them? Okay, so there could be a new beginning. But someone very set in their ways, and so it seems like they're going to be kind of waiting around on someone else, like one of you is going to be waiting for more information to move forward, or one of you is going to be waiting for kind of like an answer to something. Like someone is very stuck in their ways and hasn't changed. Like you guys might try to start a new beginning, but then like it, nothing's changed, and also it's like someone just hasn't let go. So that's the reason they think that it's a good idea to start a new beginning, and so you're going to have to use your better judgment in that situation to decide, okay, if I do get with that person again and things if we get back together and things haven't changed, would that be a good thing, or could I live with that this time, or would it be like not worth like working on? So basically, the reason I'm asking it or answering it in this way is because I don't know if he'll contact you again. So I can't ask when will he contact you. I have to ask like what's the energy going on between you to get a better answer, because then it'll tell us like if he was gonna, like, if he missed you and was thinking about taking action. Like say like we had like someone feeling sad, and then we had like Ace of Wands, and it's like someone who's gonna take action based on them missing you would tell me that he's probably going to contact you. But because it's saying that he feels like things are kind of how they should be right now, I don't really feel like he's going to change that. Or like I don't really feel like he feels like he needs to change the way that it is between you right now, because he feels like it's the way it should be right now. In other words, I don't think that he's going to be contacting you like very soon. I mean, I just don't see it now. But then I do see in the future you guys might have some kind of a situation where you start to wonder if a new beginning would be a good idea. And it seems like someone hasn't, like one of you has not changed. At the time that comes, it's still that one of you hasn't changed. So I'm just saying, ask yourself, like, if that does happen, when that does happen, ask yourself if this person hasn't changed at all, do I think it's worth giving it another chance? And then you'll kind of be able to avoid some like you'll be able to ask yourself, you know, is it like even worth my time to really sit here and try this again with this person, you know? So that's just a little advice to know, like, whether or not you even want to put yourself out there in that way with that person again, you know? But right now I don't see that they're going to be contacting you anytime soon. So, dude, you want to take these two? Because honestly, they're so cute and like, but at the same time, like, there's so much work, like, it's crazy. And then we have two, like, they're not adult cats, but they're like, you know, they're able to like kind of take care of themselves now. And they hate these new baby cats, so it's like we have to keep them separated, and then we haven't gotten them fixed yet. So we have a boy and a girl, Alley Cat and Felix. And Felix keeps trying to screw Alley. And he's younger than her by a couple months, but he's still able to, like, they're still almost the same age. So, like, he keeps trying to have sex with her and get her pregnant. And so we have to separate them. So it's like we have to separate the young cats from the older cats, and then the two older cats from each other. And we just got them their shots, so then we are a little late on that, so that's our fault. But in a couple weeks, they're going to get their other shots, and then they're able to actually get fixed. So then that'll be a little less stress. And then I have a dog, too, so he's, like, kind of cool with the older cats now, but he's, like, still... And he's okay with the younger cats, but he's still, like, jealous, kind of, so I feel like he's trying to get... Like, we kind of have to, like, watch him with them. We can't, like, leave him alone. Because, like, he'll try to eat him, probably. So it's just like everyone has to stay away from each other, and there's only so many rooms and so many people in the house. Like, they can't just be left alone. They have to, like, be played with and stuff. So it's kind of, like, hard to manage all of it. But my boyfriend's a big help, so. And we try to get his nieces to help us, too. But they kind of, you know, they're into it 1 second, and then the next second they're just wanting to be on the iPad. So it's like, you know, kids and electronics. I'm the same way. I'm all stuck on my iPad, too. It's, like, not good. But fuck, when I was their age, I didn't even have a phone. Well, actually, yeah. No, when I was their age, I didn't even have any electronics. So, No. Okay, how does my crush think he feels about me currently? Oh! Damn it, I just picked them all up. I'm probably like the sloppiest shuffler you guys have ever seen. It's kind of my thing. Okay, yeah, so how does my crush think he feels about me currently? Was that the question? Sorry, I'm like... Thank you. How does my crush think he feels, or how does my crush think and feel about me currently? Is it an air sign, which would be Cancer, or Cancer? An air sign would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. You're Gemini, okay, and they're not an air sign? Yeah, Jenna, go ahead and add them to the list too, because I'm gonna try to do everybody that I can. If it gets too crazy though, I'll let you know ahead of time. So let's just say for sure I'll be answering this person that just asked, but after that I might have to, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna feel around that time. It seems okay right now, but I'm just letting you know I will answer everyone that's here now that has asked, or that is on the list and everything. Okay, So, yeah, you're the Gemini. Okay, so it seems like it seems like you're considering traveling or walking away from something. Or if they know you already, like they know that you have feelings, or like they've shown you some kind of interest, then I feel like they're kind of considering like not being serious about it. Like they're very rational, and that's just not. Well, hang on. Let's do the romance angels. I feel like that can get us a more like accurate read right now, since it is a love question. What is this Sagittarius feel for this Gemini? Ooh, you guys are opposite signs. Interesting. Sometimes opposites attract. Sometimes they don't. Oh no, go ahead and add that last person, Jenna. Yeah, no, I think I can handle it. Thank you. Thanks, Jenna. You're probably on the right track with that one, but it's okay. Let's just do it. Because I did, told myself, like, okay, look, I'm going to do everybody tonight. Everyone I can, and I'm holding up pretty well, so. Alright. So how does the Sag feel about this Gemini? Romantically. Do they have a crush too? Huh? Okay, pick a number 1 through 44. I'm just warning you now with the Sag, it might just be that, like, it's fun, but, like, it's not going to last type thing. So just have fun while you can. But, sometimes they, it's not everybody. It's just a lot of us, a lot of people. But you're a Sag moon, so I mean, but it's different with the moon. It is, sun signs, moon signs, it's all different. It's not like the same thing at all. So, yeah. Easy to get, hard to keep. But sometimes you don't really want to keep because it's more like a fun time instead of like a long-term situation. But, okay. Okay, 14. Ready? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Buzz, it's okay. Sorry. But yeah, so I feel like if you feel like it's not really like working, if it's not really like working, or you feel like it's not really like, happening between you guys, like I think the best thing you could do for the situation is try to like get to know them more, and then they might be like looking in your direction more, because as you guys get to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So if you feel like the bond is like losing its touch at all, or he gives mixed signals, so make sure you're just like asking him questions about himself, get him to talk about himself, get him to kind of communicate about things. And sadly enough, the best way to communicate with them, get them interested, is by asking them about themselves, A lot of times that gets people to start talking. So, I mean, just ask him about himself. And it may, interest him and, like, get him to think, like, oh, You know, maybe this person's interested in me and I should give them some attention too. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So that could also be the case, is that, you know, you get to know them, but then it kind of dies out or something, you know. So just, I would say, don't like rely on that connection, but anything could happen, anything could change, you know. It's not like anything's gonna like, you know, nothing is set in stone. It's like these are cards and these are energies. So basically we all have free will, and free will changes everything. So just know that, like, basically the cards now are saying that it kind of seems like it's not going to work out for long term. But, you know, maybe tomorrow something happens to them, they change their mind, whatever. But it's just right now, you know, you're asking, and the cards are saying basically it kind of seems like it won't last. But, you know, maybe you got a trick up your sleeve and you can get them real interested. I don't know. I don't like to ever, like, think anything's doomed to shit, you know? But it's just, like, you know, probably not a good idea to, like, think it's gonna last forever, but, like, you know, the crazier things have happened, so stranger things. And crazier. So, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So, yeah, I mean, I think it might be kind of interesting to see where this goes, because it kind of seems like it's urging you to, like, try it out. Even though it's saying, like, it might not work, it's kind of still saying, like, you should try. Which is, like, it's up to you if you want to or not. But it might be, like, a good friend that you could have, or, like, a fun time or something. Just doesn't seem like it's, like, a long-term thing. Okay, will my boyfriend Michael propose? He's a Virgo, and I'm a Cancer, Leo, cusp. Okay. Well, have faith. What is between them? Stupid. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Romance Angels again. It seems like they're kind of not wanting to let go. But at the same time, they could be a penny pincher, so it might be like a inexpensive ring. I mean, I don't know. It just, you know, the Four of Pentacles is about a person who's hanging on to their money. But it could also talk about, you know, them being like set in their ways, which I feel like they're possessive over you in a way. But that's not necessarily like possessive, unhealthy. It's just like maybe they just hold on to you, you know? It's, I guess, a spectrum. I guess it could go either way. It could be like little, or it could be like really gnarly. But let's see what's between you guys. So is this a marriage material situation, or what should she expect from him? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So again, like I said, if he is possessive, that's something you pay attention to, okay? Because it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So if it annoys you now, it might get worse. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Maybe the connection between you is a bit closed off. Like, I feel like one of you is emotionally unavailable a bit, you know? Even if it kind of feels like you're giving it your all, it's like there's something detached and distant. So maybe try to be a little more open about things with each other and be honest, like honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So if you feel like you want to get married, you know, you be talking about that if you feel like it's appropriate, you know. Obviously you're kind of wondering if it's going to happen, so seems like maybe you've been dating a while. But I think you'll be able to figure that out better if you kind of talk to him about that. You know, like where he stands with it. If he's feeling that vibe. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Dare I say I feel like this is a different person. Like, okay, it could be the same person we're talking about here that you're asking if he'll marry you, but like it kind of seems like a different person to me for some reason. Like I feel like You know, pay attention to the red flags, heart-to-heart conversations, honestly speak about how you feel with one another. You might reveal some interesting information that you didn't know. So maybe you find out like they're not into you as much, or they're not planning on marrying you, and you just feel like, okay, well, I would like to get married, so I'm just gonna like find somebody else then, or you know, I'm just giving an example, but it's like he's a penny pincher and he is possessive. Okay, so I mean, pay attention to the red flags was the first card. These signs are cautioning you. So whatever things you don't like about them now, get ready for that to be, you know, the whole thing. Like, get ready for that to be on blast, you know, because that's what happens when you get to know somebody more. It's like those annoying little things don't become less annoying. They become more annoying. So it's like, can you live with them? Is it worth it? It's just funny. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just saying. It's the truth. I mean, I got it. I got it. Okay. Okay, so Evie. Can I get my marks up to a 75% average if I add a couple of subjects to my course? Okay, let's see. I don't know why I feel like the romance angels would be good for this question too, even though we're just going to see what happens if I can kind of interpret it. But I'm also going to use the tarot, so don't worry. I just kind of think it would be, I don't know, something I feel like I should for some reason. But we're just going to experiment. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So I would say in regards to that question, like if you commit yourself further to it, then yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that you can like, you know, increase, you know, there's no doubt that if you kind of like involve yourself more in that situation and try to improve it, that it would get better, you know, but it just seems like you are on the right track in regards to what you need to do to make that happen. Like I feel like if you like you need to be more involved in it. Like it seems like you're on the right track. But that's definitely something you need to do. Like it's not really a question anymore. It's kind of like you need to just make that happen. And you already kind of know that. So I mean, I feel like that's what you need to do. Cuz like it's like not adding any more subjects to the course wouldn't get you there for sure, you know? So if you're trying to get up there, then it's like that's definitely an option for something that you could do. But will it increase 75%? Just give me a number. 2 numbers. Okay, we have 6. And the Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Maybe not 75% and 6. Oh, you're at 74%. Okay, so maybe 6% is what we're looking at then. 6% increase. But then we have the 6 of Cups and also the Ace of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So are you focused on this for the reason of material things, like getting money out of it, or it's like something that you feel like is going to further get you more stuff, or something that's kind of like you know, when you're focused on material items and nothing else, it kind of is something that isn't going to help you to thrive, I feel like. Wow. So if you got 6%, then that would be perfect, right? That's funny. Wow. That's kind of cool. Look. if you have to get to 80 and you're at 74 and get 6 more, that's kind of freaky. So you have to participate in your own, you have to participate, you have to, I feel like that's a good idea for you to try that, you know, it can't hurt. I feel like you're afraid to kind of do that though, like you're afraid to kind of push forward and do something different and do something what you feel is beyond your control. But the Fool is all about letting go and not being afraid of things. See how these two cards are very different? On the one hand, he's like freaked out to even move because he's looking around to see what's going to be hurting him and dangerous. And on this hand, he's like not even afraid to jump off this cliff. His dog is like, "What are you doing? Hello?" And he's just like, "Da da da da." You know, he doesn't care. And that's not a bad, like he's just happy to be doing his thing. So I think you're afraid to succeed, and I think, remember, wait, that was for somebody else's reading, the star, wasn't it? So I think though, if you really want to succeed, you can. You just have to work at it, and you just have to really put your energy into it. But I think you're afraid to. I feel like that's what's holding you back more than anything. You're afraid that it won't work, or you're afraid that like it just won't be enough. But I think if you work from the mindset of like it will, like I just have to do whatever I can to make it happen, like it can. Just don't let your fear like slow you down, you know? Okay. What do I need to know about my connection with Pisces? I think there's a certain person that it's hard for you to let go of right now, or a certain relationship or connection. And this would be moving too quickly. Like you are, it seems like they would offer you something romantic, but I don't really know if that's like a great idea right now, because it seems like your stability is the thing that matters most. And basically what you're trying to work on is that. I mean, maybe you're not trying to work on that, but you should be trying to work on that, because basically you're almost at a point where you can say that you're able to take care of yourself in a better way, like, you know, in all ways, I feel like, because like you could even nurture a relationship if you really wanted to, but I feel like that would be a situation where, you know, you would be fixated on it and it'd be hard to let it go. Like right now just isn't really a good time. I think this Pisces person might be a person that that might be like not necessarily game playing, but just not a serious person to where that you can rely on. So it's like basically a situation where you might get involved in it pretty deep, and then they pull back or whatever they do that just isn't reliable, and then you're stuck on that, and it kind of fucks with your stability. So I feel like just not right now. What you need to know is that they're not really reliable in a, you know, serious relationship kind of way, even if they seem like they are now. Seems like you may end, like it's just too soon right now. Like you should probably just hold back on that a little bit. It's time to disconnect from the world. So it's time for you to like do that hermit mode shit, like be in your own head and figure out what it is you really want, like what's best for you, because I know that can be a lonely thing, but sometimes we need to know what we're really thinking, you know? Like instead of having outside influences, like even me, like, you know, instead of having any influence from any other person, we know ourselves better than anyone. Sometimes we're just not we're not really listening to what we really need. And that fucks you up more than anything, let me tell you. You know what you need and what you don't if you really pay attention and listen to yourself and know like what your body's telling you. But sometimes we want something so bad that we just like don't listen to ourselves, and that's the worst thing you could do for yourself. It gets you into all kinds of shit like that later on you wish you weren't involved in. So, you know, life is short, but there's going to be many experiences. So you don't need to like experience something just because it feels like you want to right now. You know, sometimes that person's really not a good idea for you. And sometimes no one is a good idea for you at the time because you just need to focus on you. You know, sometimes we're just moving so quick and we're just not thinking very much, and it's like we don't really have to do all of that right now, you know. We can kind of just take life as it comes and not feel like we have to take anything so seriously. But some people take everything seriously, you know, but it's really just not the way to go, because life should be fun. It shouldn't be all, you know, you're hung up on certain things and people that you can't change, you know, too serious. It's like, what happened to just having a good time? I don't know. So I think, yeah, this person you should probably wait on a little bit. See if they're like serious down the line, like maybe a couple of months, maybe 6 months or something from now. See if they still want a relationship with you. And if they do, then maybe you can try it out then. I mean, you could do whatever you want now, but I'm just saying it kind of seems like not the time, you know? Like there's just not the time for you to date anybody. Because you still like need to figure out what you need first. Like even if you feel like you're ready, it just seems like you could be more ready later on. Mm-hmm. Well, that's always fun. When the ex comes back, you know, it's like, okay, great, I'm making progress. Oh, you guys both have that Libra thing in common. Libra men. Ooh. They are just interesting people. Everyone's different, though. I can't generalize like that. I always do that, and it's really not fair because there are, you know, moon signs, rising signs, aspects. I mean, aspects are very important, so let's not forget about those. Katrina, I'm all you guys, but it's really me who can't, you know, I forget about that a lot. So, yeah, go ahead and post your question if you're here. We have Infinity 17, Crafty Taffy, Harmony, Lady, Luck, Mickey, Blah, and Deja. I think I'm saying those names right, so just, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Is my ex Virgo Jex? Do they still have feelings for you? You're a Libra. Okay. From what I understand, Virgo men can be hard to live with too, or hard to be with too. I don't know, because I'm a Virgo woman. But I feel like the male equivalent of me. Holy shit. I'm sorry. No, okay. Do they still have feelings? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So, I feel like that goes for both of you. So it's like you on the one hand of like not worrying about it as much. like not thinking about it as much and moving forward from it and learning what you did from it, then you know, it helps you and also them the same token. Like maybe this is a situation where you guys should just move on from it and kind of like learn what you can from it. But forgive each other too. Like forgive, like don't be like holding grudges. Like, you know that it was what it was and now you gotta just, you gotta just, you gotta just, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the person in the comments. You sound very angry, person in the comments. That sucks. Please don't stab anybody, by the way. It's kind of illegal. It's kind of like gonna get you in a lot of trouble, so. But yeah, it seems like it's probably just like a situation that you learn from. And that's the purpose of it in your life, you know. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So you guys could have broken up over something that was like having to do with money or stability in that way. And remember always, he's your ex for a reason, right? Remember that. So what is that reason? And then maybe you can figure out if, but you want to know if he has feelings for you still. So I know that's not your question. I just giving you a little forethought, you know, food for thought. Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't. I feel like there's not really a reason to at this point. Just because I feel like you kind of learned all you needed to learn from it. But maybe you just need to start focusing on what those things are and how that can help you improve your life, you know, in the future. But yeah, it seems like you're waiting around for communication here. Like he probably isn't in the mood to speak right now. And it's better to hang out with friends and to communicate with them and to celebrate with them. And that's probably what he's trying to do as well. There's like a distance between you. And I feel like both of you are kind of in that, it's almost like both of you are in the same position. But like, you know, I'm not sure if he's feeling what you're feeling, but like he should be doing what you should be doing, like in regards to kind of distancing yourselves from each other and trying to like create, you know, a happy life for yourselves, but like without needing each other to do that. Like just kind of focusing on your people that you have in your life right now. I feel like there is love coming in for you though. But it's after a time that you've healed a bit, because I see that there's like you taking responsibility for something, and I'm not saying taking responsibility like taking all the responsibility, because that won't work for healing. You can't blame yourself for everything, but you can't just blame them for everything either. You get, you know, forgiving and learning. You have to, you know, see it accurately. You have to learn from the situation and know what occurred in a realistic way, so you can know kind of what to do with it. You know what I mean? Instead of like fixating on something that you can't change, or, you know, letting that affect how you feel about yourself and things like that, and like how you feel about your future, you know, just creating happier existence. Sorry if you heard my loud ass gulping. I just had to get a. I'm setting my iPad on this drink because my computer broke earlier this week, so I'm using my iPad now. But the camera's better though with my iPad, so it's kind of okay. But I just don't have a stand for it, so I have to put it up on something or against something. Nice. Let's see. Can we get to 390 subscribers tonight? Woo woo. We need 4 more. Let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? Okay. So let's see. Contact me and wants to hang out with me next week. Will me and Try have a good time hanging out next week on Tuesday together? This is for what was your name? Oops. Deja C. I hope I'm saying your name right. But this is about you and Try. And if you're gonna hang out next week, so will it be a good time? Let us see now. What will it be like? What's the energy around this meeting up and hanging out? Will this be fun, good, bad? Tell us what we need to know about the situation. Hello, Sweet Breeze. It's a nice name. Oh, I'm sorry. I just looked at the last question I saw on the list. Okay, I got you right after that, Harmony. Okay, sorry about that if I skip somebody, or I know Deja C was last on the list, so I know I did skip some people, but I just saw her question there and I just answered it. So if you have a question, if you're still here, just go ahead and ask it, so I can kind of look back and see it, or we can just you can do it whenever. Like I think that'd probably be better so that I don't. Maybe we could just go down the list, but sorry, I skipped a few people. I know that. I know I skipped a few people for sure. Oh, wait, no, okay, wait. Blob was last, or was it? Oh, okay, yeah, because we're on the job. Okay. So, tell me what we need to know about the situation. Okay, pick a number 1 through 3. Can you for me? One through 3. 3, okay. I knew that was just like a typo, Jenna. I'm like, I know you're a Virgo, you're very detailed. I just knew that you didn't really think that it was 1 through 2. You're like 1 through 3 stars. Like, I knew you were gonna say that. Okay. I didn't know, but I just figured. So we're on 3. Okay, so there is some kind of like somebody not like if you have any questions about your guys' past and like, if there's any unhealed or unanswered questions that you have, like you feel like they did you wrong in a way or something, then thank you, Infinity17. Thank you for your question. So if you think that there was any kind of like conflict or negativity, something that you kind of like wanted to know and you feel like they need the answer for. I feel like that's really like not going to get like I feel like they're not in a position of really feel that like they don't really feel like they did do anything wrong. Like they're not really like open about like feeling that way about it and trying to give you information that you feel like you need. Like they're kind of being like immature, like they're not taking responsibility for it. But you care about them a lot, so you're kind of hanging on to them and waiting for that information in order to move on, like and move forward. So I think that's why you're giving this a chance, because you feel like it could kind of work again. But if it doesn't at the same time and you need questions answered, you know, I just don't think that they're really in any position to kind of like be compromising about that. So this could leave you in a situation where you're waiting for answers again, you know, because I see you care about them a lot, you know. Yeah, and it's like they're not really committed to the situation, so I feel like you're going to be waiting around a lot. Like you're not going to get the answers you want. You know, you're not going to get the answers you need from them. Like I feel like they're wanting a good time and you're wanting it to be more serious. And like I just don't think that they're really serious about it in the way that you need them to be or want them to be, you know? And it could leave you sitting there kind of wanting more answers because they're giving mixed messages or whatever. Yeah, see, it's hard for you to let go of it, even though you want to kind of let go, but at the same time you can't, or it feels like you can't, and you're kind of defensive about it. Like you know that there's things that are unresolved in this, but I just don't know if they're really the type of person that's going to give you that, you know, what you need to hear, and it could leave you sitting there, especially if you do hang out with them on Tuesday. Like you don't have to do that, but you know, of course you want to do that, but you don't have to. You know, it might help you to move forward a lot quicker if you don't, because you might feel like there's something still there if you do. And maybe there is some kind of energy still there, but I just feel like they're not serious about a, you know, dedicated and committed relationship. And if you are, then it's really not the person for you. And you're thinking about the past and how you guys really kind of like they may have told you they loved you, they may have like really felt for you, but it's I'm not saying they didn't feel for you, and I'm not saying that they really did. I'm just saying that that could have been the feeling, you know, between you, that it was like serious love, and like it was just so great and so much like love towards each other, but it ended in disappointment. You know, you're like thinking about how everything is at the point that it is now, and in the middle of that there was like a great connection between you. But now we're at a position of like things are It never got serious. Okay. Well, I feel like, you know, you felt like there was the potential for it to be like this is you thinking about the past, and like he's looking, you see how he's looking at all of his ships coming in here in this card. And what he's doing on this mountain is he's just kind of like looking at it all, and he's thinking like about how every step it took to get to that point. So this could be you thinking about how like it was back then, how you met, how it, you know, transformed into whatever it was, and just all the steps, all the things that happen, and now you're at the position you're at now, and you're just thinking about how all of this came to be, and like, is this something that I should, you know, keep myself involved in? Like, what did that mean for my life, or is it something that just meant nothing? You know, like I'd like to know. Like these are things that you're like kind of stuck on, and kind of like, you know, you want to know what the significance of it was. And I feel like for some time it was like it seemed like it could be really serious, or it felt serious, you know. Okay, so you might want to ask yourself like, so you're saying it's like whatever, and I'm not saying like I know better than you what you know. I'm just saying, like, you know, ask yourself why it is that you kind of want to see him again. You know what I mean? Like, what is it, like, why would you want to, you know, continue that kind of thing between you guys, or like whatever, continue anything if you think it's just going to not work out? You know what I mean? Because you could have fun, but it's like, what's the significance of you guys hanging out? Like, do you think, in your mind, do you think that it could really become something again? Because I feel like you kind of do, you know, because why else? I could be wrong, but it's like, this was not just a friend, you know what I mean? You want to just be friends and hang out? Okay, well, it could, you know, you could just hang out. Because I feel like, honestly, that is kind of all that it would be. Like, I mean, you know, you could have, like, you probably, I don't want to be, like, graphic, but I mean, it might, you know, I'm not just saying that you would be just friends. Like, you could become a little closer than that, but like, I don't think it would be a serious relationship. You know what I mean? So if you're ever wanting that in your mind, like if you want to just have fun, it seems like, yeah, it could be fun for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you guys just aren't, or as long as no one's trying to take it like in a very serious, committed way. It doesn't seem like it's going to go to that point. But so yeah. But if you feel like he can charm you back in, then just be careful because, you know, I just think that's such a sticky situation. But if you're that strong, then good for you. It could definitely be a fun time. I just, be careful with that. Because if you're ever going to want something more serious, or maybe they're the type of person to like lead you on and then be like, no, I feel, like I cringe thinking about what that could be like and how. But if you really are that strong, I think that's cool. I think that's good that, that you're that strong and you're able to just be like whatever about it, It seems like it could be a good time if you're not wanting something serious, Just be careful with it because I just feel like he could pull you back in, and it's just, I don't want that to happen to you if he's not serious, So, love situations are just, they're crazy, These situations are crazy. They make people crazy. They make me crazy. I can never just like hang out with the like. I mean, unless I was kind of like wanting something with them again, but that's just me. I mean, some people aren't like that. I just feel like it's like a stick. It's like a, it's like a proceed with caution kind of thing, Thank you for the question. And please be careful. Okay. Will me and my spouse work through this issue we have and get through this together and still be together and become close again because he is being hard-headed and not letting little stuff go? That's not worth it. What is the connection? Like, where is this going between them? What's still between them in this situation? Is there anything still there? Like, what is there still? It says, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. So to me, yes, anything, you can get through this. And if it does happen to be that you don't, then the next person will be your soulmate. So, but I feel like it is your relationship, I just would hate to say that and have it be like end really bad, Of course, anything can change at any time, and we do have free will, but it looks like, I feel like anything can get you guys through whatever it is, and maybe it's just a rough patch, I want to say, Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. This is weird because I feel like it's almost talking about like a new person, but at the same time, it's not saying there's a new person. So I feel like if this is like, this could be the relationship you're in now, because I was thinking to myself, like, maybe you need to give them a bit of space, and if they don't like change their ways or try to compromise with you more, then maybe you need to start taking actions like, okay, I'm not just going to be your punching bag, or like you need to like start like trying to make this work with me too, or I'm not going to stick around forever. Like, make it known that basically, like, this isn't working for me. So if it's not working for you either, then we need to do something about it, because I'm not going to just sit here and not have it work. Like, that's no. And if you feel like there's another person you've been attracted to or considering, that could be, talking about them too. But if not, then I would just say it's your current relationship, But if there is another person that you were like thinking about, it doesn't seem like you are. But if there was, then that could be something worth considering too. If the person you're with now is not going to like work with you, and if they keep not working with you, it's kind of like you can't really. I mean, are you going to live miserably, or are you going to just like cut your losses? it's hard when it's a situation of like, something that you've been with a person a long time, or you're very like close, or you've been really close. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys have a family together and stuff, it's like obviously that's a very deep connection that you don't want to just cut your losses, but sometimes people do change and then they don't work anymore, and it's like if they're just not willing to like meet you halfway or compromise with you, give it some time. I think it would be okay. It's just if, you get to that point where you see that it's really not changing, it's going to be up to you what you do about it, obviously, but I mean, your romantic feelings are worth exploring. So, and they're very real. So keep that in mind, if you're not getting what you need out of the relationship for a long time, like they're just a rough patch is a rough patch. That's one thing. But like if it continues to be years and years and you don't see them improving, then obviously you can make that choice to like not do it anymore. But right now it feels like it can get better, and that maybe it really is just a rough patch. So I mean, remember, just stay romantic about your love life. I mean, stay optimistic about your romantic life. So keep pushing, I think that you can make it work. I hope that you can, Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself first. Remember what I said. You kind of have to, take some actions that show that you're not just here for games. It's like you're serious, you love them, you want it to work, so they need to be in the same position, If you put your foot down a little bit, I'm sure that they'll start to understand, and either they'll walk away or they'll be like, oh shit, I don't want to lose you, and they'll, step up. I think you can't just like wait around and like take shit though, you kind of have to like be like, look, if you're going through something, that's fine. You know that I'm down for you and I'll help you out, but like I'm not gonna sit here and be treated like shit. Like I'm not saying you're being treated like shit, but just for example, you kind of have to show that you deserve respect if they don't know that already. But I'm just saying, sometimes people go through things and they think like the person closest to them, they just start treating kind of badly, and it's like you kind of have to make it known that you're not going to take that shit. And I feel like, that should work too. Like they should be able to understand, like, okay, maybe I'm going to lose this person and I probably don't want to do that. So, or they'll let you walk out and they won't change it, but it feels like it can get better. It just depends on what they do, and how you react to it. So yeah, you need to tell him to man up and figure out what he wants to do, because you're not going to sit here forever and wait. Just saying. It's like, okay, well, that's not my problem that you don't know what you want. You know what I mean? Like, life's too short for this. Your romantic feelings are very real and worth exploring. Remember that. Yeah, he really shouldn't be that confusing, You gotta, like, he's gotta figure it out what he wants to do, because it's like, you already know what you want, And if he doesn't know, then it's like, well, okay, then I guess that's a no. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily, but it's just, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, just gotta be like, well, it's me, or you don't know, because I can't, like, wait around. I don't know. I don't want to be confused anymore. I want to feel secure in my relationship, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just being straight up, like I get mad for you. Like I get mad at, like the people that are fucking with you, like like when I answer questions about love and stuff and the situation that they say is going on, I'm just like, fuck that, because it's like I get it. I mean, I've never, like, I haven't been in some people's certain situations, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just, like, Jenna's super sweet. That's awesome. You're here to, back that up. So I feel like kind of like I'm being, like, cold or insensitive now, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just being like, look, you deserve, like, somebody who's not going to confuse the fuck out of you. So, like, don't take that shit, basically. Okay, Harmony. Did I? Oh my god, I didn't even answer Harmony's question. Wow. Wow, I feel bad now. I'm pretty sure I said I was going to do that way earlier. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, but Harmony, can you post your question? Wow. Forgive me for that, by the way. Please. You don't have to, but please do. Please do. Because I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Ow. I just pulled my hair. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Then that's good. I answered her question first. Okay, and thank you for the donation, by the way, Sweet Breeze. Um, okay, remember, sun signs are just sun signs. But yeah, it's kind of, certain ones are kind of funny. Like my boyfriend and I are Aquarius and Virgo, and it's like, if you look it up, it's like that doesn't happen ever. So I mean, but it works with us. So, okay. Will Kay propose to me for marriage eventually? From the looks of it right now, there's the potential for marriage between you. Oh shit. Oh my god, I hate that. Just fucking be careful with that. I feel like this is going to be a relationship where you guys are back and forth, hot and cold, on and off. Like, if it hasn't been that already. Because at the end of it all, you're going to have to decide if this is better for you to be in this. Because it's so back and forth and hot and cold. Like, when it's good, it's good. And when it's bad, it's bad. So, I mean, I feel like at one point, it's going to come to the point where you need to decide, using your better judgment, you need to decide, is this a situation where you really should give it another chance, because it's probably like patterns, you know what I mean? Is this person ever going to give me their full self, or are they going to keep going off and on, hot and cold? I feel like it's going to be a situation where it's like you can choose that. Like you can make that happen. Like you can change the situation by not allowing the person to keep being in and out, and just by, cutting it off. But at the same time, I feel like it's hard to make that decision, because it is good when it's good, and it seems so hopeful, and it seems so, like, in a way perfect. But like, if they can't decide what they want to do, if they want to be there or not, like it's just so back and forth between you. And then eventually it comes to a point where you are the one, you have to decide if you want to put this to rest, or if you want to create the cycle of happiness again, because that will happen. But then inevitably it becomes, cold again, and it's just, yeah. So I mean, pay attention to that. That's a big deal. You know what I mean? Wanting marriage and then another person not wanting it. Like if you can handle that. Like I personally, I don't want to ever be married, but that doesn't mean I don't want to be with a person long term. But if I was with somebody who wanted to be married, like obviously that would be kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? So like that's something you have to consider. If you're willing to be with the person without being married, and they're fine with that too, then fine. That's, but like if you're not, if you think that just means like they're not committed enough, I'm just saying that, that's going to be up to you. But I feel like they're it's hot and cold for whatever reason. Like it goes back and forth all the time, and it does come back, but then it goes away again, and it becomes cold again, and it's just this thing that never is steady. I think I think it's ultimately going to be you who makes the decision if you want to keep the cycle going, because the cycle is great, then it's not great, and then it's great, and then it's not. It's just. Thanks, Jenna. Yeah, that was funny how you explained that up there. That is true. Yeah, but the outcome. Yeah, I feel like it's just basically it's up to you. Basically, if you want to keep it going in that direction, if they show you differently, then, and you know, because at any time people could change, right? Free will. So just as an example, I'm not saying this is going to happen or work, but say you decided to like cut it off yet tomorrow, and then they're like, oh shit, like I'm actually going to lose this person, and they decide to step up, things could change. But if it goes in the way it's been going now, it kind of seems like it's going to be hot and cold, and it's going to be very confusing, and it's just going to be back and forth, and it's not going to ever be steady. And so at some point it's going to be like you need to make a decision whether you want to invite it back in, because it will be good, but then it will be the same as it's always been, and it will end again and start again and end again. So it's like, you know, it's really just up to you if you want to continue that same cycle, you know, and you'll have a chance to do that, you know, because at one point you'll see this is a pattern, you know, and like, should I continue this or not? And that's going to be up to you. I feel like that'll be your choice. So, okay. Crafty Taffy. Hubby and I are Pisces and Libra. It's been 11 years. So take it with a grain of salt. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, is that Troy from earlier's question? I'm just kidding. Probably not. Um, wow. Shit. Well, welcome. Okay, Crafty Taffy. Okay, Crafty Taffy, General Read, Pisces. So you're the Pisces? Or so you're wanting a general reading like and you're a Pisces, is what you're saying? Crafty Taffy still here? Because I was doing her reading. I just need to know, is it a general reading because you're a Pisces? Like, you're the Pisces? Or, like, because I remember you said there, okay, you're the Pisces, okay. Okay. Oh, your card just flipped over in the deck. Pisces, this is the moon, but it represents Pisces. So, calling out to you. Reunion or celebration of some sort. But it's your decision if that will happen or not, because there is heartbreak, or not heartbreak necessarily, but there was I feel like you left something behind, or it could even be a friend or a lover or anything like a. I feel like it is a person though. It could be like a job maybe, or an idea, a project, but it seems like you left it behind because there was like sadness or there was like sorrow, and now it's going to be your decision if you want to give it another chance or not. But I feel like it will come back into your life for in some way. So if this is like a job offer or like anything, that comes back into your life, it like presents itself, and you have the choice whether or not to say yes or no. So I feel like that's going to be up to you ultimately, but it seems like that's the position you're in, is like, but it feels like a position of more power, like more control over your life and the outcome. Just remember the reason it's not in your life in the first place, but I feel like you're going to take action toward it. Like, you'll have the opportunity to, definitely, so don't feel like you won't, but it might be, okay, aces are talking about opportunity for whatever the ace is. So this is the Ace of Wands. This is saying you'll have the opportunity to take action toward the situation and, allow it basically back into your life. You'll have the opportunity to make that decision and take that action. So, but at the end of it all, you could see that it would be a hasty decision. So know all the facts first about the situation. Try to remember, I always say, like, try to remember why the situation, like, there's a reunion. So obviously there was a separation or a distance or a kind of like holding back, like you have to reunite with it. So why did it ever become something that it wasn't in your life anymore, And you have to just consider, like, if it's worth having it in your life again. Like, there was a reason that it wasn't there, and now it's coming back, but, like, is it worth bringing back? Is it worth allowing back into your life? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because I feel like this, for some reason, would be something that you feel like you made a decision too soon. And I feel like you do kind of already know what it's talking about, because the High Priestess, you could be talking about marriage with someone who you feel cares about you very deeply, but, and there could be happiness there, but they need to take responsibility for something that they haven't yet taken responsibility for, and that's difficult for you to let go of. So that's interesting. That seems very clear. So basically, yeah, there's a situation, you feel like the person cares about you, but there's something that happened that they haven't owned up to, or they haven't explained to you, or you just don't feel comfortable about yet. But it's hard for you to move past that. Like, that is stuck in your head about them, and you can't forget about it. Like, it's just ruining the connection, or it's ruining, the friendship, or whatever it is. It's just, you can't let that go. Like, even if you want to, because you do, you just can't, because you need them to kind of explain themselves and own up and kind of take responsibility for it. And they're really, like, they haven't done that yet. So this is maybe a decision where, if you can reunite with them and get them to own up to it, or get them to make you feel better about it, or kind of say, admit to, or, like, take responsibility, then maybe it can work. But right now it seems like too soon. Like, you might end up thinking, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have, like, done that. Just make sure that you're getting all the facts straight. Make sure you get what you need out of this situation first. Like, just don't jump into it if they're not, just don't jump into it if they're not, meeting your needs that you need to, have, that you need met. Sorry. Okay. So, I noticed the videos when we make them longer, like we're almost on 3 hours right now. When we do that, we get more impressions, like we get more people noticing the video, so that's kind of a good thing, you know. I mean, it's a very good thing. It's definitely a positive thing. I'm just picking up all the cards right now because you know me and I drop cards constantly, so that's just the style that I work in. It's my personal touch. I don't think anyone can beat me on that, so try me. Can you drop more cards than me when you're shuffling? I don't think so. Call it what you will, call it unprofessional or whatever. I don't think it's unprofessional at all. It's just the way I am, so it works for me. Every reader is different, so, and that's what works for me, so. Okay, so, yeah, so now we're on, yeah, so I'm glad that resonated. I was kind of thinking for a second, like, I hope she knows what I'm saying, because this is pretty, like, you know, it's, like, to me, was, like, pretty clear and straight to the point, you know, like, there wasn't much, like, well, it could be this, it could be that, it kind of just seemed very clear, so I'm like, I hope that it's as clear for you as it is for me, so I'm glad that it is, or was, I'm glad that the message was clear for you, too. Will I be meeting my future husband soon? Where, when? Well, let's say that, here, let's look at the romance angel so we can know if you should love yourself first, if there's like an ex coming back, or if this is your soulmate, or, you know, wedding, or what, you know, is happening. Because we don't know for sure if you're going to have a future husband, but if you do, I'm sure the little romance angel will let us know if that's possible. That's funny right now. I'm not going to, yeah, just, never mind. Okay. Oh, my posture's horrible. Okay. Anyone have any tips for that? New mattress? I think it's really just being in front of the computer all the time. Like, I'll start like this, and I eventually just get like this, and I'm like, how is that? That's like more comfortable for me now. But then later on, it's like not. Yeah, definitely a back chair for sure. When I'm like, and I have to like, I guess train myself to like not, you know what I mean? I have to just train myself. It's just difficult for me. Like, it's just a bitch for me. I swear, it's just like the hardest thing in the world. You know, it's just like I can't just look at things. I have to like look at things and break my back. Oh no, this is a habit. Bad habit. So let's see about the future husband here. There is one for Harmony here. Tell me about her love life in the future. What's going to happen here? Back brace. I was thinking one of those posture correctors. Okay, let's see. Because I have no self-discipline at all. It's like horrible. Actually, the website's down right now because I'm editing, but yeah, but Troy, if you want a personal reading after the stream, then that's funny. I was actually looking at 4 sets this morning. That's weird. But yeah, if you wanted a if you do want a personal reading like after the stream, then you can email me at Original Insights Tarot. There you go. Thank you, Jenna. So okay, she's on point. I feel so bad, like I can't. You know why I feel bad, Jenna. And you know what? I just have to do it. I just have to be real with you about it. So let me do that really quick. But yeah, that's the email. Troy, if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, pick a number 1 through 44. Harmony. Okay, so I've dropped a few of them. Let's just say 1 through 30, actually. I don't even know how many cards I have right here. 5, okay. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. If you feel like there is somebody that you're interested in and they're not making the move, then you should go after them. You should make that move. You should initiate. If not, then there will be someone soon, and that's when you should initiate. Like, it seems like there's a person that, it's like, you like them, and you feel like they like you, but you don't know, like, why they're not making a move. And that's what you should do. And it says finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe that's the thing that's kind of, you know, playing a big factor in this, because if it is that same person, for some reason you should go for it, but why if it's not gonna? Your romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. I would say if this person isn't worth it, like there could be another person, you know, because if this person there's like a bad outcome about it, then it's like basically, you know, I'm not trying to tell you to go back to somebody that it's not going to work with, or a person that's really not giving you what you need. So it's like what they would be talking about is basically that it's a different person, you know, that it's somebody that you should explore your feelings with. Because if it is talking about the same person and that situation is not going to, you know, not getting your needs met, then that's really a personal thing. Yeah, it seems like there could be a person that comes in here. I feel like it's not talking about that same person. Just because of the reading we got before, it seems like it could be like a different person that you're basically going to be interested in, you know, and that you shouldn't hesitate to, like, show that to, because it seems like I don't know if they're shy or if they're just not really, like, one to initiate. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So again, I feel like it could be a different person that's new. And look here too, we have the Page of Cups. It's talking about a new romance, you know? I know you're not interested in anyone else right now, but you'd be surprised. There's so many people out there. And they may just present themselves to you. And if they do, you should let me know. Because I'm going to go, told ya. Okay. I'm not. I just think it'd be funny. And that's happened before, you know, it's not like I'll answer questions and people will be like, no, it's not possible at all. And then they'll be like, oh my god, you were right. It happened. It's not like you were right, but the cards, you know, were right, I guess. I don't really credit myself on being the person. Like, I just am giving you the message that I'm seeing in the cards. And remember, we all have free will, so I mean. Is he from work or where? He could be Pisces. Wow, true. New York, I'm getting soon, like next week. Is he from there? Good night, Crafty Taffy. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Let's see if we can get a sign. Then I'll go and move on. But let's see. Because these cards are kind of cool for like if we're looking for a sign, because it's the Celestial Tarot, so it has the signs in there. I mean, I know the tarot does too, but like any tarot will have like, you know, certain cards mean certain signs, but this one will literally have like signs like 10 of Wands, so fire. But it could mean that it's one-sided, the relationship, or it's more work for one person, like one person's putting in more effort. So that's a card that just flew out, so let's see. When we focus, what do we get here? Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Four of Swords. Do you feel like the relationship you're currently in was one-sided? Like the person that you're into, do you feel like they are, it was one-sided, or do you feel like it wasn't? Because this kind of seems like a past situation that you couldn't really let go of, that you hold on to, but it was one-sided, and it kind of left you with like, you feel like it's something that you would have liked, but really it's something that you should put to rest. Like in your mind it kind of is the Nine of Cups, but it's really one-sided, so that's not going to be an ideal situation. Like it's not your ideal, but you're kind of feeling like you're telling yourself that it was, and so that's what you're trying to feel. See, look, and I didn't even think about this, but look at the top, how it says Pisces, but it's saying put it to rest, you know? It's the Four of Swords, so it's like put it down. Yeah, so it might be that person, but it might be like put it down. You were saying something about a Pisces earlier, and I feel like you should I feel like it's saying put it to rest. Like you would think it's your ideal, but it's one-sided. You know, the Ten of Wands is like a stress thing, you know? It's not like a good thing. Yeah, so I mean the new person, if we're talking about this new person then, Ten of Wands, Four of Pentacles, it's like you won't let it go though. It's like Four of Pentacles, it's like you're hanging on to it, you're holding on to it with like dear life. But the Ten of Wands is saying that it's one-sided, and so it's best to put it down with the Four of Swords here. But the Sun is here too, so it's like something comes out and you realize something. What is it that you realize here? You're waiting around, wanting them to take responsibility, can't let it go. But the truth is, to create harmony again, you need to let go of the past and then create harmony in your own life and direct yourself towards a different direction. You will be taking a lot of action though. It seems like you're going to be taking a lot of action. Like whether or not this action is like, oh, we are? Nice. Whether or not, woo, 390. Whether or not this, you know, action is going to be towards the past or the future, it's not like you're going to be sitting there waiting, which is a good thing. Because I always say, like, don't sit there and wait, like, take actions. But make sure that you're taking appropriate actions. You know, this can't be something that you're, like, don't keep yourself stuck in the same cycle. You know what I mean? Like, you can change it. So if that means that the next person, this Pisces person is like, or this, if this person, the next person is a Pisces, if they are not good for you, don't feel like you have to stay in a relationship just to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people do that. It seems like that's what you're kind of looking for. Like you're looking for a relationship, and so it's like, are you going to like settle? You know what I mean? You don't want to be doing that. Like that's like whenever you really want a relationship, it's kind of sketchy because you could settle for something that's really not good for you, or you could take the first person that gives you like those feelings that you want. But let me tell you something, manipulators, when you're trying to fill a void, or when you're trying to like it's obvious like what you're trying to get, like if you're feeling a little down and you need something, or you need someone to kind of like fulfill that, like there are people out there that pick up on that and they use that to their advantage. So I mean, you just have to like be careful and know what you want. Like if a person like know like if you want a relationship, okay, that's fine, most of us do, but know what you're willing and not willing to put up with, you know, so that you can just get out of it like at the first sign of something that you really don't want to be involved in. Because know that like it doesn't get better. Like those little things that they do that you really aren't cool with, that like, you know, are crossing boundaries, those things don't change. You know, like those things don't get better unless like the person really didn't know or whatever, and they just, but when something's sending you like a signal, a red flag, you need to listen to it. You know what I mean? And just know that like people don't really like change. Like they can, you know, but you know what I mean? Like it's like if they're constantly and consistently you know, crossing boundaries, then it's like you really just have to listen to that. And if you don't, well, you'll see the outcome is not going to be in your favor. You know, it's not going to be pleasant for you most of the time. Things, you know, people can change, but most of the time it's just, you know, make sure you know what you need and want. That deal breakers list, that boundaries list, make that shit. And know what you want and know what you don't want, so you can like pick it out, you know. There's too many people and life's way too short for you to settle for some asshole who's really just not meeting your needs, you know? And same with anybody who dates you, you know, if you're not meeting their needs, or they just don't think it, you know, you're the person for them, you know, they shouldn't settle either. Because that's, you know, you can find a person that's down for you. I know I'm rambling, but I'm just like, it's kind of serious, you know? You gotta know yourself, and you gotta know what you need and want, and don't settle for any less. So, thank you for your question. So, okay. Yeah, whoever's here, I guess it's not, if you were on the list, go ahead and ask your question. That's so sad if you aren't here anymore. Did they post it earlier? Because remember I was saying like if they post it earlier, then maybe I can answer it if they're not here. Is Guinea Reese still here? Because I saw that they donated, but I don't remember answering their question. I don't remember answering their question. So that sucks. But if Guinea Reese comes on to, you know, a live stream, like I'll probably, what's today? Wednesday, huh? I don't know if I'm gonna do one tonight. I might do one tomorrow night and not tonight. So if I don't do it tonight, then just whenever we do another live stream, it'll be either tonight or tomorrow night. But if Guinea Reese comes back on here, let's make note of that, because they did donate. So I'd like to do a question for them for sure. So yeah, I guess no one's here. So you never did? Yeah, no, it was way up there. They like gave advice about a Leo and a devil, the devil and the Leo. I didn't see it when they wrote it either. But yeah, they did. So yeah. But okay, we made it to 3 hours. Jenna, I think it's just us here. Yeah, I think it is too. But yeah. So okay, so yeah, they donated. I don't know. Were they weird? I don't know. I didn't even see when they were posting. I was like paying attention to something, or I was doing a reading, so I didn't see, but I feel bad, so let's make note of that if they come back. But okay. So I'll see you later, Jenna. I'm gonna text you right now. And thank you for anyone that watched, anyone that came and joined us. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.